It checks the day. Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 2020. And that could mean one thing and one thing only. Then it's time for today's The Quiz. With me, me, I was going to put me, it's your host, Edward C. Lewis. And of course, WNL. I nearly did a dab there, but nobody's been dabbing since 2019. So dabbing's out of popularity now. Dab.
Dab, isn't that?
Do you know
Dortmunder Aktienspiel.
Don't know what's that mean.
Dab.
What is it?
It's a type of beer brewed in Germany.
Okay. So what do you think the dance move, and it is a dance move, that all the kids are doing? 2019 was still too late. 2017? Dabs live still, says Commander Nexus. Rogue-One Kenobi, A. Edwards, 123, Max Flashheart, DC Signal, The Honey Thief, Osric 42, A. Vice, Commander Nexus again, Max Flashheart, Rogue-One Kenobi, The Honey Thief, Jack Little. Oh, all of the best ones are here. Thank you so much for joining us here today for the quiz yet again. Sorry for being 10 minutes late. It's been very busy. And I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't have any wildlife section at the end of today's stream because I've been very busy. And I shall repeat again, very busy up until about 2 minutes ago. I was answering emails. So just give me a second to... Wait, let's all do this together. You ready? Including you, and then we'll get back to dab. Don't think I've forgotten dabs. You ready? Let's everyone take a moment to just breathe in through the nose, through the mouth, all together. You ready? Let's do 2 more. One more.
I'm going to hyperventilate. Ah, there.
Yeah, I genuinely needed that. So hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. DC Signal. Yeah, exactly. That's...
Talking about dance moves.
Peace.
I still can't get past the the grammar, whatever it was, in the, are we human or are we dancer? I mean, would someone please explain to me why it has to be that sort of either or?
Yeah, can we not find a nice balance point in the middle of being both a good sort of equal representation of human and dancer? I think that's what we need to do. I think that was what we need to do. Ask Hunter S. Thompson. Is that that's where it came from, isn't it? Human or dancer? But he says dancer, I think. Dancers are a range of intergalactic beings, says Osric 42.
A range
Commander
of...
Nexus says much calmer now. Good. Can I recommend doing that every now and again, by the way? Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, sitting down, taking a second to ground yourself in the present. Because it's all about the now. Because are we humans or are we dancer? Now, going back to a dab, I want to know what you think. And it's a simple move involving these 2 arms, okay?
Those two? Just those
These
two?
2 arms. Well,
no others.
And you could do it on screen. You can dab right now on screen. And then
Can
you
I?
do something with the
You have to show
direction.
me what it is first.
And you do something with the direction of your head.
With the direction of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is the dab. And it's a one single sort of like, it's a freeze frame move. It's nothing like this, but it's almost like going, do you know what I mean? It's one of those sorts of moves.
You got to remember we have a delay here, so I haven't seen a move yet.
I'm not going to show you.
There we go. Oh, right. Like that.
Yeah. So I want you, so that's a Vogue, I believe. Thank you, Osric. I want you to demonstrate what you think, based on my description, a dab could possibly be. So do you mind doing this? Just you can do it on screen. You don't.
I just remember the old adverts. Brill cream, a little dab'll do ya. I mean, we're talking all the way back to the 1950s. They were dabbing.
I understand.
And you're right. They would take a little bit of it and put it on. Brill cream, a little dab'll do ya.
Yeah, I understand that you don't want to do the dab. But everybody,
what's you're not understanding?
No, don't look at the
I have no idea what a dab is, so whatever I do will be misconstrued by me as a dab.
Just please go. All right, 3. Are you ready? You've got an idea of what a dab might be? It's an improv game.
You put your hands up here. Do you start?
No. You don't have to.
No.
So that was just saying you use these. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not telling you by doing this. It's just that you use the two hands and you put your head in a direction. Now, what do you think a dab might be?
You use your two hands and put
No, your arms. Use your arms. Use your arms. So your arms are involved in the move.
Oh, is it where you sort of do a
go on? Yeah, go on. 3.
sort
2.
of like an Egyptian?
Yeah. They're great. That's pretty good. 3, 2, 1. Dab.
Hang on, my neck hurts.
That's not bad. That's better. That's better than a dab. Well done, everyone. Round of applause. Very well done. That's fun.
Okay,
Or
you
WNL
succeeded in
says
humiliating your
42.
father. Now it's my turn to humiliate you.
No, it's not humiliating you. I think that's good. And I'll show you what a real dab is. A real dab is this. This is what I think. You do this sort of bam. I think it's that, like a bam. That's a dab.
Bam. Okay.
Yeah. As the honeybee said, that was like a dab but with dignity. I actually think that you look great, and I'm being serious here.
Dab dignity. That could be a character in a short story. I'm putting him in. Dab dignity.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I hope
stared reproachfully at the floor.
Just know that I have vast respect for you for doing that, and I actually think that you looked very graceful, and I think that it was very enjoyable for me. So you've cheered me up.
You have had a tough morning, whereas my morning's been spent clicking and collecting from Tesco.
You did a click and a collect. That can be a stressful situation. Was there any incorrect things added in, or any?
There was one substitution. They didn't have the spice that we wanted, so they had to go with Schwartz's as opposed to Tesco's own. Yeah, it was tough, but we'll have to make do.
It's a shame. It's a real shame. It's a real difficult life, isn't it?
Well, now that I'm learning how to be a vegan because of my son. Yeah, this is it.
Just to be clear, I don't force this upon you.
No. I said I'm learning. Yeah, I didn't say it was
but
sort of an indentured slave.
You and Helen have been doing some incredible cooking. It has to be said. Some really lovely recipes. Really.
Let's say it's mostly Helen. I just help.
No, really, really good. Like some really, really good stuff. Especially that sort of red quinoa, nutty, mushroomy thing that I thought was really, really good. Edelweiss asks, how are you finding eating the vegan meals? To be fair, you've been mostly vegetarian for the last...
Well, this is it. I mean, you're a vegan. Helen's vegetarian. I sneak in meat occasionally, but not that much because I do have a genetic predilection to a touch of gout. So I stay away from a lot of red meat anyway, and pork products and things like that.
I've had gout before as well, haven't I? Because of my genetic what's it called?
A genetic predisposition.
Predisposition.
Yeah. We'll go like that. No one will know.
I've had gout before. Everyone's saying genetic. Sorry, Ed. I've had it because of this. It is a genetic thing.
As Max Flashheart says, it's no joke. It really is.
It's not. I couldn't fruit flies. I couldn't. I remember I couldn't put the quilt on my foot. It's that painful.
It's like having a million needles stuck into an area.
Yeah, and I got it, and it can be if you it was after Christmas, so it was January, and it strikes a couple of weeks, doesn't it? After or about a month after, right? After you,
it can be a build up.
It's a build up of uric acid, and if you're eating lots of spinach and having whiskey over Christmas, perhaps with lots of meats, because this was 7 years ago. And
chickpeas aren't very good either. Chickpeas and tomatoes you have to be careful with.
Chickpeas and tomatoes, really? I eat a lot of chickpeas. Anyway.
Don't worry, I've got the medicine in case you have an outbreak.
Shellfish and beer. And it builds up, and then I was driving a car at the time, and I scraped the neighbour's car when I was trying to park because my foot was so painful I couldn't press the brake button. And it's the only car accident that I've ever caused, and I was gutted about it. I paid for them to.
You were gouted about it, yeah.
Oh, Right,
All
a
right.
second round of applause for WNL for the day, because that's a good one. And that's it, everyone. That's the end of the stream. We can't keep going now. That's it. He's cancelled it. It's cancelled. The stream's over. It's done forever. We can't keep going because we've peaked. Okay, let's do the quiz. Sorry.
Time for a quiz. Hey, yesterday I said something about possibility of doing days of the week. Someone suggested it, but it has been done before. So I'm holding off for days of the week. I think it was quiz number 30. So if you cast your minds back 20 quizzes or so, we had a days of the week. So today we're having a quiz about firsts.
Okay.
All about firsts today.
Sounds
okay.
Good.
And I can remind everybody, in case we do have a new person who's happened onto us out there, that I'll take your first 3 answers from the chat stream. If we have consensus, that becomes your answer. No consensus, and it'll be the first of the 3 which forms your response. Then I'll ask Edward for his response, and he won't be, of course, looking at the chat stream. He'll have it turned off. And then we'll find out, how we duel our way to the top or bottom or wherever we end up with the scores. No cheating allowed. It has to be just entirely what comes out of your head.
Can I just say that the chat feels extra active today? Yesterday it was difficult. I was talking and you were all going, it's Monday. And today I can feel that it's a Tuesday. I can feel that people are building towards that middle of the week. And they're very talkative and I love it. Keep talking.
Commander Nexus says he's feeling firsty. I like that. Okay.
I gotta say, everyone's on fire right now. DC Signal's getting all the dab jokes in. He said that it's dab jokes, not dad jokes, but dab jokes. On fire. Honey Thief asks if it was my first car. Is it about my first car accident? What about the time when Ed was hit by a car? I said first car accident and only car accident that I've caused, because I was hit by a car.
But you caused that by running out in front of the car.
Yeah. There's an argument to suggest that I caused that by running out in front of the car. I just mean when I'm in a car.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah. I'm feeling thirsty, but very good. Right. I'll leave you alone now because it seems as if this one might be a little unhinged today. So we best get on with it because it's already 22 minutes past. Goodbye. Okay.
He's turned you guys off, and it's time for the quiz. Question number 1. Okay, everybody.
Yep.
It's all about firsts. The first feature-length animated film made by Walt Disney. Was it Fantasia, Dumbo, or Snow White? The first feature-length animated film made by Walt Disney. Was it Fantasia, Dumbo, or Snow White?
Good question.
I have their answer.
I believe it to be Snow White.
Snow White. Snow White is absolutely correct.
I saw that in the cinema, obviously not in the 50s when it was made or early 60s. When was it? What year?
I'm not sure of the year. We're probably closer to the late 30s.
What? Really?
Oh, I'm sure.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sure it must have been way before the 50s.
Wow, it's incredible. I bet that was incredible at the time.
I could be wrong. I usually am.
Somebody Google it.
But it was an early one. Yeah. We're not allowed to Google right now, but yeah.
I saw it in
19. Yes, Osric 42 says 1937. I thought it was like.
I thought it was 50s. That's impressive. Because it was all in Technicolor, wasn't it?
A lot of tat. Sorry?
Was it in colour? It was in Technicolor, wasn't it? Or did they just?
Oh yes, in color.
Was it back then, or did they?
Took a lot longer to do things, But it was. I remember the beautiful colors of a scene in the woods in which you can see the tail of a skunk, and Bambi says flower, and of course the skunk comes up and says, "You can call me Flower if you want to."
Oh, that's so lovely.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's Bambi.
Bambi, I know.
Yeah.
Close. Snow White.
Yeah. No, I mean,
the early films were in color, though. Question number 2. Are you ready? Oh, by the way, the chatter's got it correct as well. It's 1 point apiece. Question number 2. I'd like you to know who currently goes by the acronym FLOTUS. FLOTUS. Remember that we're on a round of firsts. Who currently goes by the acronym FLOTUS? FLOTUS. That's question number 2. I have their answer.
I'm being very well behaved because right now I'm not intelligent enough to make any actually good satirical jokes about. But if you want to play around with the idea of it being a floater, like, in the toilet, you can do that. I've given you the pieces of the puzzle. You use them. FLOTUS.
FLOTUS.
First Lady of the United States.
It is. It's the First Lady of the United States.
So it's Trump's wife. Now,
Trump's wife. Mrs. Trump. Mrs. Trump she is our current First Lady.
Well, it's
we have various spellings of her first name here.
Melania.
Melania is correct. We've had Melnia, all sorts, but malaria. You're right. There are a lot of interesting takes on that name.
There's a lot of interesting things we could be saying as well, but we won't.
No, we'll say that the score is 2 points apiece because the chat stream got it correct as well. It's 2 for 2. Hey, on our way to Confetti Canyon. Canyon?
I love it. Perfect.
Confetti Canyon full of confetti.
I love it. Yeah, very good. That was the best mistake you could possibly have made. I love it.
I could have made a lot worse. Are you ready for question 3?
Yeah.
You've got a 1 in 5 shot for this one, okay? For this next one. So listen carefully. In humans, which is the first of the 5 senses to develop? We're talking when you're itty bitty. Okay, a 1 in 5 shot in humans, which is the first of the 5 senses to develop. That's question number 3.
Good question. Really good, interesting question. I
have their answer.
I imagine it's touch.
You imagine it's touch. The chest stream went for the other T, taste. And can I say that at about 8 weeks, with your lips and nose, yes, it is touch. It is touch within there. Touch develops first.
Oh.
You've forged into the lead here by a score of 3-2.
Oof. Yeah, I imagine it's touch
because,
that's,
Yeah. Why
would you need anything other than needing to know where to move in the room? If you're being pressured or squeezed, you'll evolutionary, you'll need to sort of move out of the way of stuff. Right?
Once you're out and about, though, I think smell takes over, and you very quickly go, parabolic function as far as increases in your ability to smell.
This stuff takes ages, right? Yeah. These eyes, the vision, the seeing.
Seeing. Some of us never do actually see properly, but merely speaking of myself. And then they give us these things to go with us. Question number 4. Number 4, simple 50-50. Okay, it's all about firsts. I'd like to know the first university in England. Was it Oxford or Cambridge?
Oh.
First university in England. Was it Oxford or Cambridge? Both, can I say, are pretty well established.
Fancy pants, aren't they? Yeah, fancy pants unis. For fancy people.
I have their answer.
Oxford.
You're going with Oxford. I can say that they're not quite sure actually when Oxford was founded, but they do have records of the teaching from Oxford that date all the way back to 1096. With Cambridge, sadly, it's only 1209. So you're absolutely correct. It is Oxford.
The only reason I know that is because obviously living in Cambridge, I would have seen walking around. I've done some of the tours of the universities and stuff, and I'm sure they would have made a big deal about how it's the first ever university.
Osric 42 though thinks that Hull's in there with a shot.
Hull.
I played rugby league over at Hull, and I can say that now the buildings are a little bit too young for it.
Manchester Metropolitan University. I think it's the one. It's the one I went to first. Manchester Metropolitan. Do you have? What did they get that right?
No. Of course they did. Yes, it's question number 4 points to 3. So you're still only 1 ahead.
Still ahead though.
Both there on Oxford. Okay, it's question number 5. It's halfway through today's quiz, and it's true or false. So I'll read out a statement, and if you agree with that statement, then you write down the entire word true. If you disagree, you write down the entire word false. Here is your statement. The original first officer created for the Star Trek Enterprise was never given a name on screen beyond number 1. Is that true or false? The original first officer created for the Star Trek Enterprise was never actually given a name on screen beyond number 1. True or false? I have their answer.
I don't know the answer to this one, so it's a guess for me, unfortunately. Let's go for the entire word true.
The entire word true. Truly, you went for the right one. Ooh. Okay.
I'm getting lucky here, aren't I? I'm getting lucky.
It was Majel Barrett Roddenberry who played the role, featured in the unaired pilot, The Cage. The footage was then used for the season 1 2-parter, The Menagerie. And, of course, you can tell by the name that she was married to Gene Roddenberry, the creator, in 1969. Yeah. So he sneaked his wife in there, just called her number 1. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it? I think that's a sweet thing to do. Very romantic.
And the chat stream got it correct as well.
Well done.
So it's still very close. You're one ahead at this stage. Halfway stage, 5 points to 4.
I'm being very well behaved. I'm literally sitting on my hands as to make sure that I'm not, to remind myself to not be silly. So let's go.
You don't want to get happy hands. Yeah.
Well, I'm clearly just I'm a bit unhinged.
Let the dyspraxia go. Question number 6. Number 6. Rod Stewart and Sheryl Crow might have had hits with this song, but Cat Stevens wrote it back in 1967. According to the title, the first cut is what? Rod Stewart and Sheryl Crow might have had hits with the song, but Cat Stevens wrote it back in 1967. According to the title, the first cut is what?
The first cut is often riddled with problems and is often longer, where too much of the director's ego has clearly been put into the movie production. And that's why you need a good editor to make sure that the second and subsequent cuts are shortening down and making it more of a tighter narrative experience.
We're mixing our media here. Let's talk music. What's your answer? I have theirs.
The deepest.
First cut is the deepest, yeah. He wrote in 1967. I think Rod Stewart had a 1976 hit, and then Sheryl Crow came around in 1996. In between, I think we've had something like 4 or 5 others who have had hit singles with it.
What's the name of the song?
The first cut is the deepest.
Okay,
that's the name of the song. It was on. Oh, I can't remember the album on for. Yeah, the Cat Stevens album name I can't remember. I actually saw him in concert in Cleveland, Ohio, in 1973, something like that. He just walked onto a stage, packed out stage, and just put down a little chair, grabbed his guitar, and that was it.
That's cool.
And
did he sing this one?
He was good. Oh yeah,
Rod.
It was good fun.
Good old Rod.
Anyway,
let me just say something to you. I would have given you all my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart, and she's taken just all that I had. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know that the first cut is the deepest.
The first cut is the
first cut is the deepest. When it comes to being lucky, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's the worst. But I still want you by my side, just to help me dry the tears that I've cried. And I'm sure I'm going to give you a try. And if you want, I'll try.
It's the I don't know, the emotion, the empathy, bathos. I don't know what it is that you're showing in that song, but yeah, your use of the lyrics, excellent.
I like it. I still want you by my side, and the last line is just to, and it's never.
I still prefer Cat Stevens' version, but hey, you know.
Was it Cat Stevens we were talking about, or Rod? I don't know. Carry on. Next question, please.
Well, this is it. If they had a mullet, it was Rod. Yeah.
That's how you know if it's a Rod or not. If they've got a mullet, if the man's got a mullet, it's a Rod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's 6 points to 5 after 6 questions.
Right.
Question number 7. Number 7. In 1982, what was the first of the 5 Rambo films called? First of the 5 Rambo films came out in 1982. What was it called?
If I was sitting at a pub quiz table I'd go, Neil, were there five Rambo films in 1982, were there? That's what that person would say. And you'd go, ugh, like that, and roll your eyes.
So in 1982, in fact, you only had one, so you can only name. What was the first of the 5 Rambo films called? Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm being...
Hang on.
I was embodying a character. Just so you know, I was embodying a pub quiz character.
Oh, I have met how many millions of...
I know.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Sorry.
And that was a very good impression.
Thank you.
I have their answer.
First Blood.
First Blood, yeah. It was actually based on a 1972 novel of the same name by David Morrell. And that's when we had... What was Rambo's first name? Was John, I think it was.
Rambo, yeah.
On Rambo, yeah. I must admit I was never a great... Well, I think I saw the first 2.
The First Blood is very, very good.
Yeah.
The first film is excellent and it's well regarded. And then I think the rest of them are, but they're just such a departure from the original's tone.
Yeah. Well, this is it. It's time to make some money. Yeah. I invariably do not trust things that have 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s after the name. Yeah.
There are some...
usually means someone's in there. I mean, someone has died, a director, a writer. It's going to change, and it's mostly there because it made some money in the previous existence. Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm being a touch cynical.
No. I think that's accurate in a lot of places. And the whole idea of this, intellectual property and kind of finding the something that people makes a lot of money and then using that, repeating it. Yeah, I agree with you. It's sometimes a shame, but then there are exceptions that can be made, where actually it's an improvement on the idea that was good in the initial one.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So you can see stuff like this might be controversial, but I prefer Terminator 2 over Terminator. Just find it more fun.
Okay.
But it's just the one. But I by the way, don't think I disagree with you.
We might argue relative merits on that one later, but that's okay. We shan't do it here.
Good idea.
Are you ready? Are you ready for
Yes.
question number 8? You're cruising along here, but certainly don't become proud, because pride cometh before a fall. It's 7 points to 6. It is question number 8. Okay. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Who had a hit song in 1978 with Take a Chance on Me? If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Tenuous connection there with our round on firsts. Who had a hit song in 1978 with Take a Chance on Me?
I'm not going to do a dramatic...
I have their answer.
I'm not going to do a dramatic reading of this one. ABBA.
You could probably do this one from memory, yes.
Take a chance.
It is ABBA, and all those sort of... Yes, well done. And, of course, the chatters were right there with it very quickly as well. It remains, a gulf, a gap, a smidgen of 1 point, 8 points to 7 going into our next to last question, our penultimate question in today's quiz. Question number 9. Listen very carefully. Bit of a multiple guess, okay? I'm going to give you the right answer and a couple of wrong ones. You decide which is which. And, of course, write down the right one. Listen carefully. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. First was in there somewhere. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Excellent sentiments from whom? Is it Robert Browning, William Shakespeare, or Sir Walter Scott?
You did it. You when you were writing this quiz, you thought, this is too easy. I need a hard one. And here it is.
Oh, what tangled web we weave. Yes. When first we practice to deceive. Robert Browning, William Shakespeare, or Sir Walter Scott? Oh, this is... I think we have their answer.
Robert Browning?
Well, the chatters have... they've outvoted Mace DK and gone with William Shakespeare. But before that, Mace DK actually did say Sir Walter Scott, and I can tell you that it comes from his poem Marmion. It is Sir Walter Scott.
Whoa.
Very Shakespearean in sentiment, and but not Shakespeare. Yeah, a little bit later, Sir Walter Scott.
I felt like it would have been too obvious to go for shaky.
Or Shakespeare.
So I went for the
But then again, sometimes that's the way my mind works, if not yours.
I know, we're trying to get into the psyche of WNL, and that's often a tricky, complex place.
A quagmire, yeah.
No. A wonderful, interesting, smart place.
Yeah. Smart, well-dressed, yes. I learned that when I came over to this country. If you call someone smart, it was referring to their dress and not their intelligence level.
Is that not a thing in America?
Well, smart. He looks very smart. I don't know if it is now, but it wasn't then.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. The chat stream got it incorrect. You got it incorrect. The scores remain 8-7 going into our final question today. So, Edward, there's a possibility of a win here. Or, well, chatters, you can pull it back to a draw. And I'm going to tell you that the question number 10 is probably even more fun than question number 9. It is a multiple guess again. And I'll give you the correct answer and a couple of wrong ones. You just make a careful choice here. Listen carefully. The mainspring is made to last 256 years or 146 leather straps, whichever comes first. Had to get the first in there. The mainspring is made to last 256 years or 146 leather straps, whichever comes first. Now that's quite an advertising slogan for a watch company. Was it used by Bulova, Rolex, or Breitling?
Ooh, that's tough.
Made to last 256 years, the mainspring, or 146 leather straps, whichever comes first. Advertising slogan for a watch company. Was it Bulova, Rolex, or Breitling?
What's the first one? I've never even heard of it. How do you pronounce
Bulova.
How do you spell it?
Bulova. It's an American company.
Yeah, I think I've just never seen
an American company now owned by Citizen. Rolex, of course, is Rolex. Breitling. They all figure in the top 35 watch companies in the world, as it were.
Yeah, I remember Breitling and Rolex. It's Bulova that I think I've heard of, but and for that reason.
Hang on, not yet. Okay.
Let's go for Bulova.
The chatters have gone for eventually Rolex, but again, it was pretty much a guessing game. Can I say that Rolex and Breitling actually do go for a lot more money than Bulova? Still, you can spend $5 or $6 grand on a Bulova.
Yeah.
They have a Swiss bit as well, but it was originally founded back in the 19th century in New York. The fact that you know that I'm giving you all of this detail tells you that Bulova is absolutely correct. Yeah. It is the lesser of the three that is, brandishing its 256-year guarantee or 146 leather straps. And the chat stream, they went for Rolex. So you've won by a score of 9 points to 7.
That's quite good.
The heady heights, a 2-point difference.
That's quite good. Here's the thing. Do you mind if we celebrate this tomorrow? Because I'm a bit as we demonstrated, I'm a little bit broken. But what we can do is we can put on this.
Jack Little says a firm victory for you. Yes. Oh, well done, Ed. Smug face incoming. Yes.
There you go. This is how I'll handle today's victory, by doing this. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my previous host, who used to be. No, I keep pressing that one back by accident. Who used to be kind of, where's my hair? Oh, there's my hair, you see, bringing in my hair, thank you. Running across the table underneath you. Yeah. Oh, no. There you go, that's right, we're back. Yeah. Thank you. It's great. Thank you very much, WNL, for a fantastic quiz. What is that? Is that my 6th victory?
I think it is your 6th victory, yes. Okay. I think you've drawn 3, I think it is, and with 6 victories.
Yeah.
We shan't mention the 40-odd times you've lost.
Ooh. No, please don't mention those things. Not right now. I'm
But
feeling
no,
fine.
very, very good.
Thank you.
A
It's
good
been
contest today. 9 points to 7.
yeah, really good, and it really helps my average, and that's what I'm mostly pleased
It
about.
helped both of your averages. The other
Oh,
day
great.
you went down from 6.04 to 6.02. Not that I'll give averages until Friday or Monday, but you're both hovering on or about your average.
Well, I'll tell you what else is hovering, and thank you for that excellent segue that you've allowed me there. We have it's nature time. No, that's ending. It's nature time, and look what Osric has given, has handed over to us. Don't. Oh, actually, I best get rid of some of those things quickly. Boop. No, I've done the wrong thing. There you go. Osric has sent sent something nice over. I just need to find the actual file location very quickly. Where has it gone? It doesn't seem to let me do this. Show in folder. Here we go. It sent over as a large file, but I love this picture. And again, because I don't have any nature of our own to share today, because I didn't have the time because it's been very, very busy. But this picture's lovely. Osric, where did you take this yourself? And let's wait and see. But it's a very, very nice one. Thank you very much for sharing. And if anybody else wants to share some nice nature pictures, you are absolutely more than welcome to do so, because these are oh, that's interesting. I'm now not able to save any images, so unfortunately I can't show where the rest of them that you sent over to me. So things are falling apart around us. But yeah, has Osric replied? Let's see. It took about 30 of it. It's a red kite. 10 minutes from my house. Is it a red kite? Is that right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. How now you say nature red, but I'm confused. Nature. Let's be mature about this one. Hold on. Sorry. It's British.
Oh, I'll never be ashamed of any of my jokes ever again.
Yeah, you don't need to be. It was really shocking, wasn't it? Let's see. I'm trying to get the other ones in as well. Save that one. What does this now look like? Is this now working? Let's have a look, because this one's also very beautiful from Osric as well, and it's just very nice at the end of the stream to do this and showcase these things. I think. I hope you guys agree. This one's very nice too. Look at this beautiful picture, and it's just look, eating that little berry, just having an absolute joyful time of it. It just makes me feel very calm to watch these things, to look at these things. Yeah, lovely shots, lovely shots. Well done, and thank you. And yeah, and if you want to showcase any of your photography, I think, send them my way. Hey, we'll show at the end. Nature doesn't necessarily just have to be about birds and animals. And then I will have some of my own trail cam stuff as well back tomorrow. So, I mean, did you enjoy today?
Resolutely, yes.
Yeah, very good. Me too.
It was good fun, and I like
it. It was good fun, and I'm sorry again
nice
if I was
close high score.
Yeah, and I apologise if I was in any way a little bit too activated today. It's just been a very stressful morning, so I was taking it out with my energy. I was using my energy, and so
you channeled it well into a score of 9.
That's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive.
I think that's one of. Well, have you had a 10? I'll have to check back and see if you've ever had a 10.
It'll be like a kind of fever dream. To me, this is how I'm going to remember this stream. As soon as I press the end button, I'm going to be like, did that just happen? Is it a baby robin, says Jack Little. The clue was in the colours, says 42. It's not a thrush, but it's very similar. It was so hungry, and it didn't mind me standing only a couple of feet away from it. It worked for you, says DC Signal. Activated like charcoal. Is it a Chuck Berry? No, it's not Chuck Berry. I watched it feeding for a while, thinking along the country, so was feeding up. What was it again? A sky rat, says Max Flashard. I don't think we can call it a sky rat. It's very beautiful. It's like catchphrase, say what you see.
Say what you see.
Yeah, kind of is, isn't it? Anyway, thank you, everybody. Waiting for Osric to confirm what the bird is, because it's very beautiful and we all like to know these things. But yes, we will be back tomorrow for another quiz. Is there any topic that we know that's going to be on? It's a Red Wing. Thank you, Osric. Is there a topic specifically that we're going to be talking about tomorrow for people to do their homework?
No, no actual topic yet. Still entirely somewhere in the depths of my head.
Okay. Well,
as you say, one of that murky place.
And,
yeah.
And again, I do want to say a huge thank you to everybody for being. Remember, it's okay to BK to each other always. Everyone should always really strive to be good to each other. That's super important. There's some strange stuff happening on the internet with people that I've worked with, and I shouldn't. I don't care to go into too many details about it right now. But it's be kind to one another and look out for each other. Send me a DM on Twitter is how Osric sent things to me. So if you find me, Edward C. Lewis on there, and if not, you can send a whisper here on Twitter as well, I believe, with a link, and I can show some stuff, Twitch, and I can show some stuff off. But have a lovely evening and a lovely afternoon, and same goes for you, WNL. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And thank you, Jack Little, again, for the really excellent ending screen. We're sticking with this one because it is the animated one and it is very cool. I will one day add it to my list of my to-do list, get around to writing down things such as make sure that I have an ending screen that actually focuses and cycles through all of the wonderful ending screens that people have sent over. So thank you very, very much. And one last thing, actually, sorry, I should say as well, is that there is potential for people in the industry are talking about a Twitch blackout for various reasons. The stuff's happening in the industry, and Mixer is closing down, and people are moving over, and I think that some people in Twitch, I'm not sure if it's going to go ahead, but tomorrow, if it has happened, I will, of course, as always, try to respect those who use this platform as part of their career and their livelihood. So we will be paying respect to that. So if it is tomorrow, we won't be live tomorrow, but I will let people know on Twitter. So thank you so much, and either see you tomorrow or the following day. Have a lovely time. Bye. Thank you, WNL, as always. Bye bye. Yes, and as Honey Thief points out, refers to not using it as a payment platform. Okay, again, I'll be respecting whatever everybody else is doing at that time. So we'll work it out and keep you up to date. Thank you.